What's up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to another. People still saying this video is fake. Um, you can see right there. I'm gonna point something out with this video in a second, in regarding Austin Metcalf and the two gentlemen that you see walking in with him. And in the video, as they walking in, his brother is walking in with another group of people. I want to point something out because they still, to this very last hour, they're still saying that the video is fake. And somebody pointed out that the timestamp was wrong on the body cam, and that proves that it's fake. And um, I don't get why they keep saying this is fake, but they're saying that he was jumped. They're insisting on that he was jumped. And I can't. I trust me. I analyzed the video, and they also saying that there's another video. There's a clearer video that clearly showed Carmelo Anthony being jumped. But the problem is he didn't say he was jumped to the police. Now, you ever thought about that? Like, why wouldn't he say that he was jumped to the police? You ever thought about that? Like, that's the best part. That's like when, as far as to prove his case, he would tell the police that he was jumped. Because if he do that, he would have a better chance actually winning this case if he was jumped. Um, he would have a really better chance saying that, that this situation was justified because he was jumped. I'm telling you, we might not even, this might not have even gotten to a trial if he was jumped. And they're still trying to make it racial when you could clearly look at that picture right here and see that those are two brothers that's going in with him. That's his friends. You clearly see it. But they're still saying at this very last hour that he was jumped. It was racial, and there was a bunch of white kids around. You could clearly see it was not. It was a mixed group of people that was around at the time of the incident. And that's really what happened, man. It was just a mixed group of people around, a bunch of hotheads that wanted to sit up there and fight. And one person didn't want to fight, and he went to the extreme with it. That is what happened. This is a very easy case. It wasn't nothing to, it wasn't a really, it wasn't a case to really think too hard about. But now they're doing that because they're trying to make it, they're trying to put some paint where it ain't, and saying that this case was racial. This one lady, everybody told me, hey man, you need to listen to her, man. I went to her chat last night and I sat there. She's like, yeah, but he got jumped. There's another video. She said they put him in a chokehold and stuff like that. I said, man, these people got an agenda, yo. And she didn't even believe what she said because I can look at her facial expressions. She didn't even believe what she said, yo. It's craziness. I could look at her and tell that she knows she was full of shit. Yeah, he was jumped. You could clearly see he had somebody put the brother in a chokehold. Where? Where in the video you see he was put in a chokehold? You can't answer that because he was not. put in a chokehold. Yeah, where the hell is my charger at? Damn it. Looking for that. Oh, man. Always hide stuff for myself. Oh, boy. Let's see. Damn, I don't know where I hid this thing at. You know how you hide stuff from yourself? But, the kid, let me just say this, man, for real. The kid wasn't in a chokehold in that video. And that's the video that the jury saw. The jury saw the same video. The jury had to go on what was presented, correct? They don't, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out where the chokehold is coming from. They said he was put in a chokehold. I'm trying to figure out in that video, where do you see that? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And, if a lie continue unchallenged, people gonna start to take that lie as the truth. So that's why I keep saying where the hell is the chokehold at? Like for real, like at this point. And where the hell is my charger? Because I'm not gonna be able to charge this thing with this. Well, I'm gonna try. Let's see. This thing is gonna fucking explode. Let me see. All right, we gonna try it. I can't find the other one. Um, a lie go unchallenged for a long time. The people it'll start to. Well, actually, in this case, no, it's not, because the law is the law. They don't care about what these people are saying, but these people are trying to jar up emotions and stuff like that. Like this is a case we're supposed to fight over. And like I said, everybody got their opinion, but when you're blatantly wrong, I have to call you out. Like when people are blatantly wrong and they know they're wrong, that's when I call them out. I can see we all have differences of opinion, but when you're blatantly wrong. Hey, what's up, Chantel? What's up, Just Sheila? How's everybody doing this morning? Good morning. Look at the two homeboys walking with him. They clearly of another race. Clearly. You know what it seemed like? What somebody told me? They said, Max, in this case, it doesn't make sense. You know why? I said, why? He said it was his time to go. He said that's why it doesn't make sense. He said it was the kid's time to go, bro. And he said, hold on. Oops. I'm trying to charge up my computer because definitely I got to switch over in a second. You know how my phone is with the sound. Y'all know how my phone get. That sound start crackling and popping. But he said that if you look at this video right here, this is when Austin Metcalf and them were going into the venue. He said it was very eerie. He said the victim went in first with his group of people, and then his brother was right behind him with his group of people. And he said you could tell how the kid was walking, that he was walking to his death. He said that was his time. He said the universe was calling him back. He said none of us never know when we're gonna leave this world. He said none of us never know when we're gonna leave this world and go on to the next one. And he said it looked eerie because he was walking pretty fast, or it just looked. He said for him, it just looked weird. It just looked crazy. What's up, Raymond? He said he was walking and that was it. He was taking his final steps in life, guys. Because when he walked, right, when he was walking, when he went to the tent, Carmelo Anthony showed up 4 minutes later. And then that's when the beef started. And then after that, you can just count down the time for his life. And Carmelo Anthony was the person that was going to take him out of this world. It was like it just because it doesn't make sense for this to happen. It's almost like it was fate. It's like I'm not saying it's supposed to happen because I think we got free will in this country. I don't like to think that things are like that, but somebody said they're like that. No, well, the coach said that they need to be one of them need to be more responsible, and they said they could come to the event. But yeah, I don't really think if they were suspended, they were supposed to be there. But at the end of the day, things happen for a reason, I guess. I don't like to think like that. Do y'all believe that? Do y'all believe everything happened for a reason? Because we have free will in this country. We were born with free will. We our lives are a series of decisions that we have made. When you go back and trace your life, you could trace your life back to a lot of decisions you made. I know the sound is bad. I knew it. I knew it. Why is it like that with my phone? I don't get it. I truly don't get that. I really don't get why it's like doing. Hold on a second. Let me see if I put it down. Let me know if it's still happening. I really don't get why that's the case. I might have to bring this in because I'm not trying to get another phone. Because the thing is, when they want you to get another phone, then your phone starts acting up, and I'm trying to fight them. Because it's like they send a signal to your phone or something. I believe in that conspiracy, and I'm not trying to do that. Like, why do I gotta get another phone? Because my phone, and then some people are saying their phone is acting hot. Mine is too, like all out of the blue. So now I got to switch over, like I knew I had to do. I knew that was gonna happen. You said the crackling and pop. That's crazy. Hold on, let me switch over, man. And then I can't find my other charger. That's crazy. I don't know what. I be hiding stuff from myself for real. Trying to figure out where this thing is. Hold on. Oops. You. Oop. Wait a minute. Wait. You said it's better now. Actually, let me do a monitor check because I want to see how I sound. It's gonna come back though, so it's kind of sucks. Hold on, let me see. Anyway, good morning to everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Anyway, good morning to everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Okay, it does appear that it's gotten better. You said it's not the phones, it's everything. Um, but my phone be getting hot, like really, really hot for no reason. It's like they want me to get another phone because I've had this one for a while and it's good. It's in pristine condition. Now, did I drop it a few times? Yeah, I did. So that's all. But I think where the popping is coming at is when I start holding my phone. That's when the popping and cracking is coming. Because if you move it once, you're gonna feel it. I mean, you're gonna hear it. So the thing is here, um, Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Where's my Where's my art? Hold up. Where am I? Let me see something. Damn, that's weird. That was weird. Okay. Where's my overlay? There we go. Um, yeah, I was listening to this YouTuber last night, and a lot of people told me, "Hey, go check her out, man. She's good. Go check her out." I said, "You got to be kidding me." Which I'm gonna send this person a message that recommended me to this video. I'm like, "You got to be kidding me. Where was he jumped at? Like, if you could show me, like, then I believe it." But he didn't say he was jumped to the police. So if he didn't say he was jumped to the police, then what's the problem? Wouldn't you think if he was jumped, he would have said that to the police? Because he said everything else. He said he's not guilty, and then he said to the female police officer, "Do you think this situation? Do you think it's self-defense?" She said, "I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know." So he went from being confident to asking her, "Do you think it's self-defense?" Because he know he messed up. That's why he started thinking about. He's a smart kid. He started thinking about it. And like, man, I really crashed out here. He crashed out. Here's the simple thing. This is simple. He crashed out, as the kids say, as young people say. He crashed out, meaning he blacked out. He acted on impulse and emotion, and he's a human. He's human. It happens. Hey, Shannon. It happens. What's up, Ray? It happens. You just have to sometimes you just have to talk yourself out of situations, because I had to do that. No, I don't think the trial was rigged at all. Nope. You said, how the judge gonna tell the defense they can't use any use of force? I don't believe that, bro. I ain't gonna read the rest. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe. How do you know what the judge told you? You weren't there. How do you know? Are you going off what somebody's saying? Because we don't have the transcripts yet, so we don't know that's what the judge said. So we that's neither here nor there. Look, yeah, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to justify the fact that they didn't call no expert witnesses at all. You got to take that up with his lawyer. That's a question for his lawyer. How come he didn't use no expert witness? Because he probably didn't have a case. They probably reached out to some expert that said this kid guilty. He should have took a deal. He guilty as fuck. Because if I'm an expert and stuff, I'm not gonna just defend this kid for money. There's no way you can defend this. I don't believe that. Name them. Who are they? What's his name? What's the person that said what's his name? Who said that? Okay. The judge ain't gonna say, well, no, you're not gonna. Well, sometimes it just depends. Um, but we don't have the transcripts. And I'm gonna tell you something. It's only one person. There's only one or two people that I'm gonna believe because they were at court. Everybody else, I'm not believing. You said, let me see. You said I fat. You forget her name. Yeah, nah, she was nah. She's capping. I'm sorry. She's capping, yo. I'm sorry. Let me see if my audio is messed up again. Let me see. Hold on. I don't believe these people, bro. I'm sorry, because so many people have lied. I don't believe these people, bro. I'm sorry, because so many people have lied. Okay, hold on. It is messed up. I'm gonna switch over. Hold on 1 second. So many. Hold on. Let me just switch over. Let me do it now because this thing is my phone. It just won't. It will not allow me to do this on my phone. I don't know why. All right. Like I said, oh, well, it's better for me to be on here anyway, because then I could just start playing what people are saying. I could just do that. I can't do that over my phone. See, my phone got hot, then it just started messing up again. It started messing up. All right, cool. Now that's done. Okay, here we go. Like I said, I wish, you know what I wish? I wish that they would televise this, because the judge, I feel like the judge, he didn't make the correct decision. He should have did that so we wouldn't have any questions and people wouldn't keep questioning it. So people are making up everything. You said the video is fake. He was getting jumped. The judge, hold on, let me see. Let me see something. You said the video is fake. He was getting jumped. Hold on a second. The video is fake. He's getting jumped. The judge and the dad are besties. How many more lies people are going to come up with? Yeah. So the guy, Secret Service Sam, he don't came up with another one. Now he's saying that there's a glitch in the video. People are believing him, and he's lying. He did the same thing at the Diddy trial. Y'all just weren't there. We all saw him lying at the Diddy trial, just sitting up there lying. But I don't blame him, because he's getting clicks and his click is turning into money. You said it would sway your opinion. I think Carmelo should do time. I'm not crazy. Hold on a second. Let me see. You said if what is true? If what is true? Where? Hell no, I'm not driving all the way to New York. They crazy. No, I'm not interested in that. All that traffic. Yeah. So wait, let me see this comment again. If that is true, would it sway your opinion? And I think Carmelo should do time. I'm not crazy. I don't know. If what would sway my opinion? Like what let me see. If they block, okay, if they blocked five experts, let me think about that. I see what you're saying. Okay, every now it just depends. Both sides, they argue back and forth on who's going to testify and stuff like that. Sometimes they might feel like there's no relevance to the case for them. But let me say this: if they block five experts, that's on the lawyer right there. That's on his lawyer. So you're going to have to question his lawyer. Now, even if there was a fix in this case, right? Even if you believe that there was a fix, I can't argue with you there, because it happens all the time. But he still crashed out, though. He still crashed out. There's not supposed to be a body in this case. He caught a body, and he got out of there unscathed. He had no marks on him. And then somebody said last night, well, if he did this, they don't even believe that he did the stabbing. You know what they said? They said the twin stabbed his brother by accident. That's what they're saying. And they're saying, how come Carmelo didn't have more blood on him? Because he stabbed him in the heart. Most of the blood is internal. Most of the blood, he did bleed out, but some of the stuff was, most of the blood was internal. And listen, it's no justification. That whole blade went in that boy, man. He put the whole blade in him. Okay. The whole blade. You saw what that blade looked like. And that was not a multi-purpose blade. It was a damn blade, man. You said part of me says it's a psyop. Yeah, but he's really in jail though. He's really in prison. He's really in there. He's really in prison, man. He's really in prison. Somebody really lost their life here. Everything don't have to be a conspiracy. People get killed every day. People get killed every day. Every day somebody get killed. That's not a psyop. I guess people just never been from that environment. I'm from that environment. I'm from an environment where people get killed over sneakers back in the day. People got killed over 8-ball jackets. People got killed over shearlings. People got killed over starter jackets. Okay? People got killed over cheap ass dookie rope chains. I know people don't understand, like, how could this happen? It happens every day. People crash out every day. Yeah, no, the story is pushed because they want to push the story, but I'm here to say, look, he crashed out. Yeah, people think it's cool to kill over a small scuffle. No, they it's not that they think it's cool, anything. Well, they could do. They're trying to justify it. They're saying, well, he got jumped. He did not get jumped. He didn't say that. And the big YouTubers, the ones that's pushing this narrative, they're paid to push this narrative. I'm telling y'all, they're paid to push the narrative because people are going to watch them, and they want people to think that. You said, what does the autopsy say? It's sealed. The autopsy said that a blade went in his chest. That's what the autopsy say. The blade went in his chest and broke bone and went through his heart. Okay, I don't need to hear the autopsy. He stuck a whole blade through somebody's chest. We don't need it, and that was it. But what's this here to help you hit 3,000 followers, 1,000 views stream, 1,500? Wait a minute, my homie, I could share your stream in the Kick community. Um, let me see. You said I stopped getting annoyed with the Carmelo supporters when I realized how many people. Yeah, if you ever notice, there's a video going around where people can't read simple things. I'm talking about simple things. That's how you know. Those are the people. So you can't get mad at that. But I make videos to the contrary. Like, if you're gonna sit up here and say that he got jumped, I'm gonna say he didn't get jumped. So even if they believe that, right, that's still not gonna help him out in the appeal because he didn't get jumped. And he didn't get jumped. His family never said he got jumped. The spokesperson said he didn't get jumped. He said, y'all making up some crazy stories. Even he said that. You remember when they said that the picture of the father with the judge in the judge was never in the picture. You said it wasn't a Boy Scout night. No, it was a straight blade, for self-defense. And then they said, oh, he had it to sharpen cleats. No, he did not. No, he did not. See, the thing is, they didn't think that this video, you know what she said last night? I ain't gonna say her name. She said they put out this video hoping that we would shut up. No, I knew y'all wasn't gonna shut up because y'all IQ is low. Their IQ really is low. Some people IQ really is low. And it's not their fault. It's just circumstances. Their IQ is low. It's not their fault. You know what I'm saying? You're born with whatever you have. But some people, I remember back in the day, like some of the people IQ were low, they put in special classes. Those are the people that's YouTubers now. And they got followers that believe in them. And their IQ is low as fuck. Okay. So it happens. But yeah, their IQ is low as fuck, man. But I can't sit there and bash them on that because they can't help that their IQ is low. You see what I'm saying? They can't help it. But I remember back when Floyd was trying to read a book to some kids. I never forget that. He was struggling because he don't read like that. He's not dyslexic. He don't read. He's not totally illiterate either, but he just don't read nothing. If you don't read anything like in the last 10 years, you're going to struggle reading. I mean, if you don't even at least read the news or nothing. Some people don't read nothing. Not even the news, nothing. Not even the sports section, nothing. So you said in some communities the rate is as high as 35% below 80. Like I'm not even being funny. Of course, they're gonna be easily fooled. Also, and some of them are YouTubers. Oh, we did show a video of the cleat cleaners. He didn't have no cleat cleaners. Yeah, we showed. Let me look at it. We hold on, what's this? Um, hold on one second. I had to let's see what the hell these people are saying. Hold on one second, because I had to complain about my car again. I should have never. I mean, something told me when I took it to this dealership, and I took it to the dealership. But when I took it, when them people started talking to me, I knew I was at the wrong place. I knew they were gonna mess my car up. I knew it. And now I got another check engine light on again. And they did it, and they're gonna be like, no, we didn't do it. It's just the car, it just failed. That's what they're gonna say. So I had to get insurance involved. That's why I'm checking my email. I had to get my insurance involved again. Let's see. Yeah, I had to get them involved again. Let me see. 6. Okay, cool. I'll be back for that. All right. Yeah, some people gonna believe it. And people like Willie D, even they're starting to believe, yeah, he messed up. Even Willie D, you could see it in his face because he had a lawyer on, and he was like, "Yeah, some people are starting to re-examine this again because he know he crashed out." You said dealerships are incompetent. I didn't realize that. Like, I'm bringing the car there, but they messed it up, and they're gonna say they didn't. So I'm getting insurance involved first. I'm gonna let them talk to them and then see what I need to do, and then go from there. Because they like ruining my style right now. They cramping my style. I got things to do. I need my car. I mean, it's driving, but I got a check engine light on. I never had a check engine light on since I had the car. So it didn't just automatically fail now. Like the part, it's they did it. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna try to say they didn't do it because they're not honest people. The devil truly lives in New Jersey. I'm telling y'all this. The devil is here. That's why we have a mascot called the New Jersey Devils. The devil is here. You feel it as soon as you come back. If you didn't live here for a long time, you actually feel it when you as soon as you cross that border, you can feel it. So they're still working on it. No, I got the car back and it's driving it's driving good. But I have a check engine light again and I read the code and it said it has something to do with my super boost. And they did something. It's like I have a leak, air leak. So what they did was it's probably a hose they forget that is loose or they didn't connect fully. That's what that is. So they're gonna claim that it's not them. That's what they're gonna say. And I can't keep dealing with them because I'm gonna end up like Carmelo. It's not good for my mental health. That's what I told the people this. I can't keep dealing with them because I will literally crash out like Carmelo. You're not gonna sit up here and gaslight me. I'll smack you. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I keep saying you have to remove yourself from different situations. You know what I'm saying? And then they gonna talk to you a certain way. Then this hand gonna go upside his face, and now I got an assault charge over a car. So that's why I can't be in certain situations. I have to remove myself. You know what I'm saying? So it'll make it worse. Now my car not gonna get fixed if I do that. So you have to keep like Carmelo. I get why he crashed out. They probably was talking shit to each other. You know what I'm saying? Who is this dude sitting here talking shit to me? I get why he crashed out, but he shouldn't have crashed out. He should have just walked away. You are a hero if you walk away. You're a hero. You are a hero. Okay. Yeah, he's he capping for the retarded crowd. No, some people are retarded, Medea. Back when I was growing up, we called people retarded because some people are. You said you too. No, I mean, if you sitting up here talking to me a certain type of way, I have to move. I have to leave or I'll smack you. I have a temper. And that's why I understand Carmelo has a temper. I have one too. I have a grade A temper. It's so my temper is so bad, I have to walk away. Just like when I was in a dealership, I just walked out while they were talking. They said, "Where's he going?" I said, "Listen, I have to leave." And then the girl said, "I understand." She said, "I can see it in your face." I said, "I gotta go." I said, "I gotta go." So sometimes I have to leave because I know they did wrong. And they sitting up here gaslighting. Know that because they said, well, the car, these things happen. No, no, these things don't happen because it didn't happen. You know why they're on the hook for this? Because they had a printout report, right? They did a diagnostic printout report on my car. They said everything is in operation, everything is normal. But yet they forgot to hook up this hose. You know what else they did? They left the battery, the thing that holds down your battery in the car. They left that piece under the hood, but near my windshield. They left it there. So that's how incompetent these people are. So that's why I have to deal with them in short spurts. Because I'll be sitting, you'll see me on the news. I promise you, see me on the news with going through a case. But my case wouldn't be that bad though. I probably for the first offense, I probably get community service or something like that for whooping somebody's ass. I probably would. I might get like a little bit of time, a couple of months. That's it, and I'll be out. Okay. I'm not gonna sit there and put a blade through somebody's chest. I'm not doing that. You said call corporate. Yeah, I have to. I'm gonna do it today. I already done it already. Um, but I'm gonna have to do it again. Yeah, they are assholes, but um, I can't. You can't be an asshole to me because it's. I have a medical condition. Look, I'm like Carmelo. I have a medical condition. I have a disability. The disability is I have an extremely hot temper. It's extreme. Sometimes it's almost uncontrollable. Like I'm talking about to the point where I see red. And the thing is, I have to be cognizant about it and I have to control it. I have to control it. That's why I can't be dealing with them. I literally have to talk to myself. I started doing that when they were talking to me. I said, God, I'm leaving now. I was looking up, I said, God, I'm leaving now. I'm leaving. They all stopped. You should have saw them. They all stopped talking. They're like, what the fuck? I said, I'm leaving now before I crash out. I'm leaving now. I said, I'm leaving now before I wet everybody up in here. I'm leaving now. And I left. They was like, you should have saw their face. He said, oh my God. They said, and then the lady called me. She was like, are you waiting for an Uber? I said, yeah. She said, hey, we will fix it. We'll figure it out. I wasn't talking to them. I was talking to God. I said, I got to get out of here. I said, he's talking to me like I'm nothing. Look, could you imagine? And like we're talking mid sentence, I look to the right and I start talking to myself. I said, I got to get out of here. I said, because this is not good for me. I don't want to do any time in jail. They all just started listening to me. I don't want to do any time in jail. I got things I need to do on the outside. So therefore, I'm going to leave this establishment. Okay. Okay. And then I left. You should have saw how they were looking at me. They said, this dude is fucking crazy. Yeah, some people are. That's why I get what happened. Guys, let me be real with you. I'm gonna tell you what happened. This is why I feel for Karmelo. I know he has a temper. He has a temper and he's not a punk. He's not. He's not a punk. But he didn't want that dude talking to him like that. And I know with his parents, they probably listen to Dr. Umar at the house. They probably do, you know, and they on some racial type stuff, like they don't like white people or something like that. We don't know what kind of conversation they be having in their house, but he did not want that dude. He didn't want that dude touching him. Now, if the other dude in the blue hoodie right there, if he got in his face, he wouldn't have stabbed him. I'm just telling y'all this. He wouldn't have. He would have been mad about it. He would have been mad about it. No, I'm not Debo. See, it's not that I'm being tough. You have to regulate your temper. Do you know I had a conversation? Then I still had a conversation when I was leaving. I said, I cannot be sitting up in the mountains for this. Okay. Look, could you imagine it? Look, I'm leaving the office and I open the door and I'm still talking to myself. I said, I can't be in the mountains for this. This is not worth being in the mountains for. You understand, Max? Yes, I understand. Now, imagine somebody answering themselves back. Everybody got silent. Everybody did. Because I answered myself back. Okay. That's straight retarded. Like, you know what I'm saying? And and why did I get so upset? Because he started yelling at me. And I know how these folks are. They don't respect us. I'm not saying all white people are bad, but most don't respect us. They don't. And I know this. Okay. But I'm not the one for them to yell at. Because I'm the type of person back in the day, I would accept being hung on a tree. You just had to hang me because you're not going to sit here. You're not going to whoop me. You're not going to do anything. You're just going to put me up on that tree like I'm strange fruit and I'll be ready to go. I'm one of them type. I'm that type of soul. I'm not a tough guy because I could have easily got my ass whooped. But you're not going to talk to me like I'm not a human being. That's what he was trying to do. And I'm a customer and I just paid him $1,700. So, yes, I had to talk to myself out of going to jail. Okay. I had to talk myself out of it because they're gaslighting. I never had a problem. And they sitting up here because they're incompetent. Okay. What's not to take me to come back with some gas and get creative with some gas, if you know what I mean. I could get creative with some gas 3 o'clock in the morning. I could use some gasoline and get very creative. Okay. But you have to talk yourself out of it. You have to talk yourself out of it. Because if more people talk themselves out of it and use their minds, we would not be in jail. That's my whole point. I'm trying to be extreme here. I'm trying to give you an extreme example. Not that I would do that. I'm just trying to give you an extreme example that you have to talk yourself out of things. You have to use your mind. No, I'm giving an extreme example, Shannon, to show you in a split second, you have to choose the other way. You have to, or you'll go to jail. The consequences are you will go to jail. And if you think about going to jail, guess what? You're not going to do it. That's my point. You have to talk yourself out of it. I'm actually illustrating how I talk myself out of stuff because when we go through life, we're going to have mean people out here. There are mean, evil people out here that are just mean and evil. So you have to talk yourself out of it. Just like, for example, I'm sitting in the car yesterday making some content. There's a guy, he's retarded. He's one of them like below 60 IQ people. He was sitting there talking to himself, right? But he's looking at me. He said, yeah, I'm not trying to go to jail and mess with people out here. I'm just smoking my weed. He's like right by my car and then blowing in my car. I could easily blacked out on him. I said, all I'm going to do. And then I started talking. I said, all I'm going to do, okay, is roll my window up and still enjoy my day. You got to talk yourself out of stuff because the devil is busy. You have to talk. Let me tell you something. If you tell yourself right before you black out, today is a nice day to go to jail today, you won't do it. That's my point. So I have to give examples of my own life because that's the only way I know how to do it. When them people were talking to me a certain way, did you know when I went outside, things got better because she came out and said, listen, I apologize the way he talked to you. And that's not never going to happen again. I said, okay, fine. And guess what? We went into a different timeline. But guess what timeline I could have been on? I could have been in Newark prison right now at the Green Monster. Because all you have to think, if you're going to crash out in New Jersey, in Essex County, just think of the Green Monster and you won't do it. Now, why do I say that? The Green Monster is so fucked up and it's such hazardous conditions, you do not want to be in there. So when you getting ready to crash out, just think of the Green Monster and you won't crash out. You got to have these conflict resolution things that you can say in your mind to keep you out of it. Because a normal person don't go to jail, right? I've never been to jail. Normal people don't because we think first. We use our critical thinking skills. We use our survival. We do different things, right? Just being a normal person. But Carmelo, he didn't at that particular point, he crashed out to the point where he couldn't do it. He couldn't. It was almost crime of passion. It's very close to being crime of passion. It's very close. But the problem is, you know why it's not crime of passion? Because he said, "Come over here and see what happened." That's why he didn't get manslaughter, guys. Just because the jury believed that he said that. And he also had the knife cocked already. He already had the knife in position to where, because when he stabbed him, it was an axe pick action. It was a hammer action. That's how he did it. He didn't poke him. He didn't do it like a in and out motion. He did a Michael Myers. He did a poke like he that's how he got him. So he already had his hand position in the bag already. That's first degree murder, man. So that's why. But I literally, guys, let me tell you something. I know why he did it. I can understand why he did it. See, not a lot of people are not going to say this. I understand why he did it. But the thing is, he didn't have the tools to talk himself out of it. He didn't have the tools. Everybody at some point in their life, they had a situation where they almost blacked out, but they didn't. Because you don't want to go to jail, you got different responsibilities. You have to stay on the outside. We get tested every now and then. Life will test us. The universe sometimes will throw a monkey wrench at us, and you got to pass that test, especially if you have obligations out here and you got kids to take care of. You got a mother to take care of. You got a wife to take care of. You can't go to jail. You can't. So you got to walk away. Because I'm sitting there saying, I'm explaining to them, hey guys, my car was never like this. You guys did it. And I know you guys did it. No, we did not. It was just this. You got to pay this. And this and it started. Yeah, I said, first of all, you don't need to be yelling at me. Well, you don't need to be. I said, I turned to the right. I said, God, please talk me out of this because I'm going to go to jail today. Please talk me out of this. This is not worth sitting in the mountains for. This is not worth sitting in the mountains for. It's not worth me wetting these people up. See, I did that because I was being extra. Now, when you say wet people up, you know what that means. That's universal. That's why I said it. And they was like, wait a minute, what is he talking about? And then I walked up out of there. Now, I shouldn't have said that, but I walked up out of there. And then look, I know the law. Did you know that it's not illegal to talk shit? Did y'all know that? It's not illegal to talk shit in certain areas. I know that. So they could say, oh, they could call police. Oh, man, he threatened us. They said, well, what exactly did he say? Pull the cameras. It's not illegal to talk shit. You said spent 17 years in therapy learning critical thinking skills. That's what I'm talking about right there, what you just said. You said critical thinking skills and conflict resolution took my crazy level down to control my violent impulses. Everybody has them, Raymond. Everybody has them. But some people know how to regulate them, and some people need help. And there's nothing wrong with getting therapy and getting help. There's nothing wrong with that. That's grown stuff to do. But everybody can't do it. That's why the jails are filled up. That's why. Most of the jails are filled up because people can't control it. That's why. Some people need medication to control it. It's nothing wrong with that. But see, now he's gonna address his his um his temper in jail for 17 years. We do know how he stabbed him. You can see it on video. You can see his arm going down. You can see it. It looked like a punch, but it wasn't. Obviously, listen, obviously he got stabbed. And he stabbed him so hard the whole blade went in him. We saw the blade wound. We already saw it. We saw it already. We know exactly what he did. He put that entire blade in that boy. Yeah, prayer helps too. You said in the 1985, but it do. I mean, the timing is off on that bit. That's what's crazy about it. You know what somebody said? Well, maybe they time travelers. Maybe this happened in another. I said, are you serious? He said, look at the date though. He said, see the date. I said, but what about his hoodie though? That hoodie is not from 1985. That hoodie is from 2026. Essentials, Fear of God. Well, 2025. I can't remember when that hoodie came out. But that Essentials hoodie, that's a modern day hoodie. He said, yeah, but the date is off. I said, yeah, because he put batteries in his camera and forgot to change the date. That's why. You said the whole blade did not go in him. If you go look at the evidence of the blade, you can see the bone matter in the bottom of the blade. You can see where the bone matter is. You can see it. Go look. He put the whole blade in him. Okay? The whole blade. The whole blade. Okay? He didn't just poke him, he put the whole blade in him. Yeah, there's three movements in the incident. There's a grab, and then what Karmelo did, and he bounced. That's it. And he dropped the blade. When he went up a little bit, that's when he dropped it. Because that's where they found the blade at. You remember when he was running, when he was leaving, when he first went up, when you first saw him on top of the tent, that's where he dropped the blade at. That's where they found it. That's where evidence marker number one was.
You know how they put markers down to show the evidence? That's where they found it. Yeah, he broke the sternum. He put that whole blade in him, the whole blade, because that sternum is supposed to protect your heart area. That's what the bone area is for, just to protect your heart. You know, that's why you're able to play football. Because if it wasn't there, with no protection there, you wouldn't be able to play football. So you got that little bone there just to protect those vital organs. He went through the whole damn bone. He went through the whole bone and got to the heart. He stuck the entire blade in him. Yes, he did. And took it out. Boop. Just like that. And it had a little bit of striations on it. A little bit. That kid only had maybe a minute or two to live. Maybe a minute. But he was able to say something like, I don't know who he is, like somebody. He was able to say, get help, please, or something. And that was it. He wouldn't be able to talk no more. Because he was bleeding internally as well. He was also losing blood pressure. So he was slowly he really suffered. But the thing is, how can this be corrected? There's a lot of people in jail because they can't control their emotions. Let me tell you a story real quick. You're not gonna believe this story. Y'all not gonna believe this. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? So this kid, right? He had got shot and he had to recover. He had to have facial he had to have construction on his face. And they had to put a plate in his head. So he went out one day, him and a friend, and they went to, I guess, find the person he thinks shot him. So they found him. He was driving his own car, and his passenger shot at the kid and hit him. So he used his own car, so he got locked up. Right? Him and the shooter got locked up, but they don't know who the shooter was really. But they got locked up, and somehow they got out pending trial. Right? And the kid that got shot, he made a full recovery. Well, guess what happened? Months later, he went back around there with another shooter and found the kid again. And this time they killed him. This time. I know y'all like, what? Yeah. This time they killed him. Right? But they don't know who the shooter is, but they knew who was driving the car because he still used his same car again. He used the same car. So guess what happened? He got locked up for murder. And he didn't even pull the trigger. The trigger man is still free. And I get why he did it because he felt like the kid shot him, which I think he probably did. The kid probably did shoot him. So he wanted to get his get back. So I get it. But the thing is, you got to talk to God sometimes. Sometimes you got to leave things in God's hands. Okay. Because you already was out pending an investigation in a shooting because they saw your car leave. He was so emotional, he used his own car. He wanted to get this kid so bad. But the shooter is free. No, don't know where the shooter is. He fled. He's gone. And here's another thing. When people have bad breakups, that's when a lot of people crash out then. You see a lot of people deleting their exes and deleting themselves because they don't know how to walk away. They're so emotional. I just saw a video with this guy in his girlfriend's room putting bleach on her clothes. When you got to crash out like that, you just need to walk away. Just like what happened right now with my New York Jets. Y'all know I'm a New York Jets fan. The damn quarterback, Geno Smith, in trouble now because he can't walk away. He damn near probably allegedly went upside his old lady head. Now, the way she was talking, I get why he did it, but I don't agree with it. You need to walk away. If she talking that reckless to you, you need to walk away. You need to get in your car. He had a bunch of cars out there. Pick one and get in it and leave because she's not calming down. Men, let me tell you something, men, because I've been through this. If you have a woman screaming in your face, you're not going to win, especially in public. You just get away, even if you got to run, even if you have to get your Jonathan Majors on and start running, because you're not winning that. And then the police was called. Okay. You got to walk away from that shit. And then it's time to break up at that point. Listen, rule of thumb, police get called on you, that means it's time to break up. You got to move on. Because if you can't control your emotions around it to the point where the police got to get called, it's time to break up. Now he could have been messed up the rest of his career now. Well, they're pending an investigation right now, but she claims that he went upside her head. She said all he want to do, and she was starting to like put all his bit. You know how women, they get mad, men get mad, they put all your business out there. She said all he want to do is watch porn all day and play Call of Duty. Now I told y'all in the last couple of videos, football players are not normal. They're not. Especially if you reach the level of the NFL and all them hits you take, you're not right in the head. So he probably was watching porn all day and playing Call of Duty in that sequence. Okay. He probably had it on the big screen. You got to walk away. That's what Karmelo didn't do. He didn't walk away because he got emotional because they started jaw jacking with each other. And then the twin, he couldn't handle himself either because he couldn't walk away. He went and grabbed him. And look, here's the universal thing. If anybody ever reach in their bag and say, come close and see what happened, that's the universal sign to back off because he either got a gun in his bag or he got a knife or mace or something. Okay. You have to get out of the way. See, the twin didn't know that because he's not from that environment. He don't know what people reaching in their bag mean. He don't know what that means because he's not from the environment. But for me, if Carmelo reached in his bag and said, come close, I said, all right, Mello, you got it. I said, you got it. I said, because I'm not trying to be on no t-shirt. Okay. He probably would have started laughing. I said, sir, I am not trying to be on no t-shirt because no damn funky ass tent. All right. So let me get out your way. And then he probably like, I thought so. Yeah. All right. Well, shit. You got that, brother. You got it. You got it. You said according to the autopsy. Let me see what you said. Hold on. You said the whole blade did not go in. Well, it went in enough to kill him. They probably didn't release the autopsy stuff yet. I'm pretty sure they will. Yeah, the date and time was on the camera. Sometime that happens when you got to replace a battery. You would think it would auto set, but sometimes it don't. Nothing has changed, Gotti. But they still sitting up here saying still saying he lying. He will do 17 and a half. Now he gonna do about 20 or 23. They're not letting him out the first time. He's eligible for parole in 17 and a half, but he's not gonna get it. Because they're gonna find a way to keep him in jail until he ain't do enough time. Watch. He didn't get life, but he gonna do about 20 or 25. He gonna do about 25 before he get out. He's stuck in there for 20 to 25 years. OJ didn't get out the first time, remember? Remember OJ had to go to jail? He didn't make parole the first time. He made it the third time or second time. He says 1.5 inches behind the rib cage. Well, if you look at the entry wound, he stuck damn near the whole knife in him. If you look at the entry room is thick. I mean, it's a nice size. He stuck the whole damn blade in him, bro. Let's be honest. He did. That was savage because he could not control his temper. That's why. And I just went over illustration on how to control your temper. Okay, I just went over it. You have to talk your way out of it. If you got a temper, some people have a temper. So I believe it's a disability. Some people do have a temper. I have a temper. Okay, but you have to know how to channel that energy to something else. You say he didn't use a knife; he used a cleat cleaner. You're a bot. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Y'all think this a bot? You might be a bot. He said he didn't use a knife. He used a cleat cleaner. He used a knife. I don't give a damn what you saying. He used a knife, yo. I know you troll. Oh yeah, I about to say I seen you before. I know you ain't trolling. You said he used a cleat cleaner. Let me ask you this: can you clean a? You probably can clean cleats with a knife. I don't know. Listen, guys, Rich, Rich, just comment real quick to tell me I ain't going crazy. That kid had a temper, didn't he? And he didn't know how to control it, Rich. Rich, you probably got a temper too, but you know how to control it. Am I right? See, having a temper, guys, don't mean we're tough guys. That doesn't mean that. We can still get our ass kicked. Let me tell you what somebody told me a long time ago. Son, if you don't control your temper, either you going to jail or somebody gonna take you out here prematurely. Told me this when I was a kid. And that's when they put me in boxing. Because guess what? In boxing, you're gonna get your mind right because somebody gonna lay you out on that damn canvas and you're gonna humble yourself. Okay? Somebody is going to give you that act right. You ever got hit? You ever got hit and you didn't see the hit coming? Okay. And then you got to take a knee because you're hearing wedding bells and ringing. And they sit there and told me, I told you to keep your guard up. Then you learn the hard way. I said, yeah, but you ain't got to try to break my jaw. At the same time, I got to eat tonight. And people start laughing. Then they picked me up. It took 3 people to pick me up because I kept falling. I said, I don't know if I can do this. I remember I went home. I said, I don't know if I can do this shit. I mean, every day I'm coming home like Willie Lump Lump. I got new lumps. I can't keep doing this. Okay. Every day I got a lump. I had a lump. Guys, how you get a lump in back of your head from boxing? I mean, on the side of my head. I was like, man, I'm done. And I had the head guard on. Yeah, I had like Ray J. Remember when Ray J fell, then he got up? That's how I was. And then I told the coach, I don't know if I can do this. He said, oh, so you want to give up? That's what you want to do? He said, I told you to listen. You don't want to listen. And we sat there and watched you get knocked out. We knew you were going to get knocked because you don't want to listen. I said, okay, well, what do I got to do? Right. I said, well, he said, you need to do what we tell you to do. Okay. And stop putting your guard down. You need to do what we tell you to do. And you won't sit up here and keep getting lumps every day. Busted lip, lumps, everything. But then it was fun though. Once you learn it, you start having fun. But you say you had some cleat cleaners. Is that what they call them now? Yeah, conflict. That's what my whole point was, Rich. That's why I was telling an extreme story. You know what I'm saying? I had to add some what do you call it? When you add to the story, I had to add some unrealistic storyline to it. Because you have to talk your way out of it. And most people know how to do it. But this teenagers here, because Austin didn't know how to do it. So one of the people had to be the, you know how they say, to be the bigger man? Because Austin wasn't trying to be the bigger man. I'm just being honest. His brother wasn't trying to be the bigger man either because he the one started it. I'm just being honest with you. Yeah, I had to embellish it. Thank you. His brother wasn't trying to be the bigger man either because he started it. Because I heard he was sitting up there popping it, right? And his brother finished it. But Melo wasn't trying to back off either. He wasn't trying to back off. So that's what happened. I kind of feel bad because it would, did you know you can go to jail in a split second? It only takes a split second decision and you'll be in jail. That's what it was. It was a split second decision. So that's why people are still talking about it because, like, damn, he got 35 years. Because in most places, life is 25, right? Before you get out. For you to serve a full life sentence is 25 years in certain areas. I don't know where it is in y'all state. Is it 25? I think it's 25. So that's why he got an extra 10. That's why people are kind of up in arms. Hopefully he'll get out in 17. Hopefully. You know what I was surprised about? This lady. I'm glad. Oh, matter of fact, watching the world, I'm glad you're here. I sent you a message on Instagram. I don't know if you got it. I edit your video when you were showing the exact time dates. I zoomed in for you. So I gave you the link for you to download it because it's unlisted on my YouTube. Because some people wanted a copy of it and I couldn't give them a copy of it until I know you got it. You know what I'm saying? So I sent you a message on Instagram and I zoomed in on it when you were talking, when you was giving. Remember you said when Mello first walked up with his book bag, I zoomed in on it so people could see that that was Mello. I mean Carmelo, excuse me. So I sent it to you on your Instagram. I sent the link to you. So you should be able to download it because I didn't give it to nobody yet because I was waiting for you to download it and use it for yourself. Because the thing is, I kept zooming in on it when you were giving us the timestamps. Well, I'm not gonna really put it out because I just use that just to illustrate your timestamps. But yeah, you could do it. You could keep it. You said you're going to Egypt. Are you about to leave today? You at the airport? Man, have a nice trip, man. Hopefully we'll see your documentation. I'm sure you're gonna document your Egyptian trip. So we're gonna look out for that. Guys, subscribe to Watching the World 777. Remember we were looking at his footage the other day? And I told you I met him at the Diddy trial, real cool guy. That's him right there. That's him right there. And what we did watching the world, we use your timestamps and everything matched up. You said, watch this. A few minutes later, Mello is gonna sit down before the twins. Because see, we thought that he was there and the twins got there. But when we were listening to you, we found out that the twins got there first. And then Mello came with his book bag. And then we counted, I think, 4 minutes, and then the scuffle started. So that's why we zoomed in on it and we used that because that was very helpful. And trust me, everybody saw it, but they want to ignore it. Oh, he got jumped. No, that's what the jury saw. So I'm glad you said that. You said, please pay attention to the boy that hold on, that run to the trash can after Carmelo ran and fell. The boy threw something in the trash. You said might be they tried to stick KA instead. The boy. Well, no, if you go to watching, you see, let me see. Hold on a second. Hey, let me see who is that? Hey, Stephanie. You see right under your comment, Watching the World 777. Go to his YouTube page because he broke it down with the timestamps. And then it'll make more sense to you. He's literally right under your comment. And he was the only person that did it. He literally was the only person that gave us the notes because he took notes. And he took he used the time stamps how they told the jury. He was the only one that did it. And it'll make sense to you. Now, as far as the person going to the trash, I'm not sure what he threw in the trash. You got a good eye. I didn't see that. I'll look at it again. And you know what else I didn't see? I didn't see anybody recording it. But I couldn't really make out what people were doing. But I couldn't. Maybe I was hoping somebody maybe have a cell phone video, but nobody appeared to be recording it because it happened so fast. So, but when you watch that video, the twins coming in, it's very eerie because they almost had the same thing on. If you notice, they had all black on. His twin had all black on too. And the victim walked in first. He walked in first, as you see right here, with his two friends, and then the other one walked in with his group of friends. It's kind of eerie. He was like maybe 10 steps in back of his brother. And then they went to the bleachers and sat down. And then a few minutes later, Karmelo showed up. And then his friend, and Mel said, watching the World 777, said the guy that he was familiar with, he sat to the right of him. And if you look at the video, it makes sense. He sat to the right of him. And they both were sitting there. You could see them like kind of moving back and forth. They were talking to each other. At that point, that's when the shit talking started. And we all know what shit talking could lead you. That's what I say. The only thing in this case, I wish either one of them could have used some conflict resolution skills and talked themselves out of the situation, but they didn't do it, unfortunately. And that's something we can learn here because it can happen to either one of us, even as adults. Somebody could test you. You could be anywhere. We'll go back and watch the video with now. What exactly do you want me to watch? When Mello fall on the ground? What do you want me to watch, Stephanie? I need a reference point because the video is kind of long. You want me to watch when Mello was running, he fell on the ground, and then the kid by the dumpster? What's the reference point? You said the knife was definitely dusted for prints for sure. That when he okay, so the knife was found on the bleachers. So when he got up, when you see him about to run, that's when he dropped the knife, they said. Which makes sense because he's probably frozen as well. Because Carmelo is now in shock on what he did. He's in shock. So then all of a sudden he just what do you call it? A flight or fight response, and he ran, which is the normal thing to do is run. So everybody was in shock, kind of. But the people that was chasing him, they didn't chase him to catch him. They chased him to make sure he didn't get away. So that was the sequence of events. But what reference point? Just before he fell on the ground, watched the person run from the tent and throw something in the trash. All right, let me see. All right, I'll watch it just since you said it. Give me a second. I cracked my screen, my laptop screen. I gotta replace my screen. I just didn't buy the screen yet. So, but I'm about to. Because I'm definitely not taking it to the Apple store when I could just do it myself. I've done it before. That's how I know how to do it. Just didn't get the screen yet. It's not cracked enough where I can't see anything I can, but all right. Well, this is what I want you to do for actually I'm gonna use the video Mel have here. Hold on a second. All right, let me just find the point. So you said the point where he was running. You said just before he fell, right? Okay. Let's see. I think for those that we have another case eventually, I want to go for the Luigi case. That's going to be, he has a state and federal case. So I will be in the building for that. Um, when that starts, just to let you know. I will be following a little Dirk trial, but I'm probably not going to be in the building for that one. I hope they televise it. I don't know if they're going to televise that. I hope they do. Little Dirk, I hope they do, but I'm not sure yet. But what's interesting about Dirk, he has a very good lawyer in Drew Friendly. So, and being that he decided to take this case all the way to the jury trial, he feel like he has a case. Because if he didn't feel like he had a case, he wouldn't do it. So we're definitely going to see how he handled this little Dirk situation. All right, now hold on. Let me go to my phone so I can see it with you guys. So those are the trials that's coming up. All right, let's take a look at it. Oops, hold on. Messed up here. Yeah, I see it. I saw what he did. Yep, he did. I saw it. He threw something in the he did. He threw something in the trash. Yeah, I saw that. I wonder what he threw in there. Yeah, I saw that. Interesting. Um, damn, this screen is messed up. Hold on, let me go back. And why is this thing on mute? Okay, here we go. Yep. What was that he threw in the trash? It could have been maybe something he didn't want. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. He did throw something in the trash. He did. All right, let's look at it again.
But even in that, it's the same framework. So I'll give you the layout of how it.
Right there. He did. He threw something in the trash and he went back. No, he kind of just dipped off. Look, watch this. And you have a good eye. I didn't catch that. Good eye. All right, let me go back and see where he was in position to the tent. Let's see. At this point, I'm just trying to trace where that guy is standing. Is he standing on the bottom here? Let me see. Wait a minute. Wait. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He came from all the way down the tent. Let me trace it again. Let me see. I'm trying to see where he came from. I'm not even watching Mello right now. I'm trying to watch. Let's see again. Yeah. Who is that? But this guy appeared to have pants on though. The other twin had shorts on. So that's not him. That's not the twin. That's one of the friends, maybe. He damn sure had something. He threw it in the trash. For sure he did. All right, let me see where he's at. He's coming down the steps now, all under the tent. See it? He's right there. So he was sitting like right under Mello at that point. Yeah, he was sitting under him near the other twin. Let's see. Yep. He was sitting right, not in the middle, but he was sitting kind of, he's sitting in this area somewhere. Let's see again. He could have had some weed on him. We don't know. Something that he didn't want the cops to know he had. But here's the thing though. Let me just say this real quick. How did he know to go to the trash and throw something away? He don't know what's happening right now because it happened so fast. He don't know how fatal the wound is at this point. So why would he throw something if he don't have nothing to hide? I don't know what he put in that trash, but yeah, you're right about that. I don't know. Yep, he damn sure did put something in there. And then he came back. So he had his only thing was right at that particular point is throwing something in the trash. And then he came back to assess the situation. But he had to throw something away first. It wasn't no stick of gum. You don't go throw some wrapper, some gum in the wrapper and then come back. No, he threw something significant in that trash. He did. I can submit to that. He threw something significant in the trash. And see where he's positioned? You see where the yellow coat is? He's up above the yellow coat. Now watch he come down. See it? He had something significant on him to throw in the trash. It wasn't no gum or anything like that. Because why would you just throw trash in there and then go back to the situation? You drop the trash because you don't have nothing to hide. So I don't know what it is that he had to hide that he put in that trash. It could have been drugs. He could have had drugs on him or whatever the case, because he knew that the situation got hot at this point because the boy got stabbed. So let me go throw the drugs away or whatever the hell he had to throw in the trash. So I don't know what it was, but yeah, you're right. You have a good eye to catch that. And I'm being honest with you, this is the first time I caught it. You have a very good eye. I don't know where you are. Are you still here? Yeah, Stephanie, you have a good eye. You said have a good day. You have a good eye. You said, well, at that point, people are yelling Austin stabbed. Right. People are yelling that he stabbed. But what did he have to throw in the trash? Probably could have been drugs. Could have been anything that he don't want to have on him if the cops come. Whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? He could have had pills on him or whatever. No, I'm not saying there's more evidence. I want to know what he threw away. Because think about it. I'm like that too. Shit about to get hot in here. I gotta throw the pills away. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying she caught that. I didn't caught that. He did throw something in the trash. So I'm thinking, think about this. If somebody said he stabbed. Now you know the cops, 5-0 getting ready to come. So they probably gonna be like questioning everybody. What if they search everybody? So you gotta throw the drugs away. Or I don't know if he had drugs on. He had something on him. Yeah, that's a bin drop. That's significant. Like, what did he throw in the bin? Because if I know if I had some pills on me or whatever, and it's a significant amount, I'm not trying to have the D's run on me. So I'm gonna have to throw this stuff away. So you see what I'm saying? I don't know what he threw in that trash. You said, is the police body cam fake too? Karmelo is very clear. We're not talking about that. We already went over that, Andy. You're a new jack. You can't come in here as a new jack questioning me because I've already talked about that. So don't sit up here and come question me on that because I've already explained it. You know what I'm saying? So you a new jack. You got to fall back. You just can't come in here with your Gettysburg address. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Sitting up here saying something. We already talked about that already. No, we did not. So why are you saying ain't nobody said the body cam was fake? So why are you saying that? No, don't come up in here like that. You might have to get that. You might have to get timed out. We're not talking about the body cam. We talking about what he threw in the trash. And you said, so is the body cam fake too? Go sit down somewhere with your pocketbook. Go sit down, Andy, with your Louis Vuitton pocketbook. Go sit down, because we're not saying that the video is fake. We're talking about this right here. What did did he throw some drugs in the trash? What did he throw in the trash? I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I ain't say he threw nothing significant. I say he threw probably some pills or something. You know how teenagers get down. He probably was the connect. You know what I'm saying? Now look, Mello made the block hot. Mello, you hear what I'm saying? Look, Shannon, you like that joke, the Gettysburg Address? Um, I'm just clowning. But here's my thing. Mello just made the block hot. So he could have been the connect. He could have been the plug throwing the drugs. Yeah, look, he just threw all the work in the trash when he could have just walked away. Is he gonna ruin the work, or is he gonna walk away? But he can't walk away because that's his homeboy that just got, you know what I'm saying? So he had to go throw the work in the trash. That's all I'm saying. He threw some work in that trash, guys. I'm telling you this. If the guy ever listened to this, he probably laughing, because you know you did throw that work in the trash, because you know Mello just made the block hot. You know the police, they said the sirens was rating. They said the police was there in less than 4 minutes. And that's not the type of town you do some crime in, they told me. You said it was the least. No, it was his problem, microphone fiend. You said it was the least his problem. No, he had a significant amount on him that could have got him at least 5 on the wake up. Actually, could have got him fed time. I don't know what he had on him. But listen, he threw the work in the trash. Let's look at it again. You could tell by the way he did it. Look, he don't even, never mind his boy just got stabbed, right? Never mind his boy just got stabbed. He had to go throw the work away, then come back. I don't know why I find stuff funny. I told you something ain't right. Something not right with me. And look, hold up. And I know the lady that pointed this out to me, she pointed this out to me like, oh, we have an aha moment. No, now I'm turning into a joke because he threw the work away. That's how I'm seeing it. She probably seeing, oh, he had a knife. He throwing something away because they were attacking Karmelo. I'm not thinking about it like that. I'm thinking he had some pills or some ecstasy. Dude, people got to want the pills. You know how teens are. He was the connect. So let's look at the connect again. Let's look at it again. Look, his boy got stabbed. Hold on. Let me get rid of the work real quick. Yep. That's what he did. And you see how he walked back all normal? Yeah. What a shame, dog. He had to throw all that away. Let's see. And he probably don't go to NAR school. He probably in his 20s. That person threw the work away. I guarantee he was older than everybody. Watch this. Oh yeah, I gotta throw this away. Hold up. Boop. And then look, he walked back normal and then went back. Truth be told, it could have been Mello's friend that was doing that. Hold, let me see. That wasn't his friend. He was sitting below Mello in there. But see, what he had to do was he had to throw the way of work for he had to throw the work away first before he go address Austin. See, he had to throw the work away first, and then look how he walking back normal, like nothing happened. See, he was hiding something. So that's what I got out of that, young lady. Thank you. You have a good eye, though. Wait a minute. Don't you said, wait a minute. I'm missing everything. You said don't miss the boy walking down the steps recording either. Hold on a second. Let me go back. Somebody told me that. I'm telling you, for all I know, somebody got this on recording for sure. All right, let's look at it again. Yep, he is recording. He's right there. He's right there. He is recording it. Yep, he's recording it. Yep, you're right. He's recording it. When Mello is walking down, he's like right there. There he is right there. See him coming down by the tent? He got his hand up. Yep, he is recording it. Yep. And he was recording it the whole time. When he was standing there, when they were getting into the funk, he was recording it the whole time. Straight up. Yep, you're right about it. See, he was recording it the whole time. He got everything. He ain't a fool to put on the internet though, because the cops would come after him. Yeah, he recorded it. He for sure did. You said the guy threw something in the trash. Yeah, he threw the work away. Allegedly. Yeah, well, we gotta wait for the full transcript. Carmelo didn't get the transcript yet because he's gonna need the transcript to go through the appeals. So once he got it, we're gonna be able to get it. It'll be open to the public. Yeah, so once we get the transcript, we can all read it. Because that's what I plan to do. Just read it. And I want to, but that guy did record it. You're right about that. Good eye. Good eye. You said continue on with the video and watch the guy remove something from the trash. Well, we already saw him put something in the trash. You mean he moved the work out of the trash while the shit was going on? He probably left, didn't he? If he moved the stuff in the trash, he left that scene. I'm just telling you this. He probably had second thoughts. Damn, I threw too much work in the trash. Now I got to go get that work. All right, let's look. Hold on. Let me go back to the beginning. Now, why is this significant? Because if I'm the juror, I want to see everything. And here's the thing: why is this significant? The jury, they only spent 2 hours. But see, the problem is, guys, Mello didn't mention it. He just said that the guy put his hands on him. If he had said he was getting jumped and this and that, and somebody took a blade out on him, then that would have been something else. But he didn't say that. So let's look at it again. And you said somebody removed something from the trash. Let me see. He could have had a gun on him. Let's see. In 2026, I wish we had a better a clear recording. Our phones take better video than this. Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. So Mello is getting ready to run. A guy is coming down recording. Somebody putting work in the trash. Hold on, I'm gonna have to look at the extended video to see it. All right. I'm gonna have to look at the extended video to see it. Hold on a second. I'm gonna have to go to Twitter. We're gonna have to go to the extended version. Okay, well, this was maybe I can watch this one. No, no, that's Dan Calloway. I need to see the extended. Well, Let's watch this one. No, that's 8 seconds. I need the one that's more extended. All right, I guess I'm gonna have to go with this one. Even though it's kind of long, but hold on 1 second. Let's just look at it for a little bit. That's the twins coming in now. See them? That's why the camera's fixated on. That's them coming in. And see, in back of them, that's the other twin. You see you have a group in the front and a group in the back. So they walking pretty fast. Well, maybe it's just how the video is. Maybe the video is sped up a little bit. Look at the crew. Look at the crew coming. Dun, 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 dun. That's the crew coming. Let's see if they go in the tent. Is that the crew? Let's see. Yep, they going right in the tent. That's the crew. Yep, they going right in the tent. They rolled kind of deep, didn't they? They were kind of deep. You know what? I have a question for you guys. Was Karmelo there to run that day? A friend of mine had a question about that. Was he supposed to run track that day? I know it was raining, but was he set to run that day? That's my question. Yeah, I know you're not. I know I heard people say you don't worry about stuff like that down there. Stuff like that ain't supposed to happen. I know. You said I wonder why the boy in the blue sprinted off. Well, some of them were chasing Mello to make sure he didn't get away. You said this reminded me of the Kennedy assassination video. How everyone saw. So, no, I didn't see nothing different. Basically, what happened was the kill shot came from the front. I don't care what nobody say talking about no magic bullet. It bent over and then shot him in the. No, it did not. The kill shot for Kennedy, it came from the front and it was at close range. Yep, it was at close range. The first shot went through him and hit Governor Connolly because Governor Connolly started wincing as well because the bullet hit Kenny. That wasn't a kill shot though, even though that could have killed him because he started gasping for air. But the kill shot came from the front. It was at close range. Some people said the driver did it because it came from close range. And also, if you look at Jackie Kennedy, when she was crawling, she wasn't trying to get out of the car. She was trying to get his brain. She was picking up brain matter. That's what she was doing. She wasn't trying to escape. She was trying to pick up the rest of his brain. Straight rider, y'all. She was a rider. So I don't care. Like she was a rider, straight up. You know what I was thinking about doing for this video? I don't know if y'all want me to do this. I could put this in my in Adobe Premiere Pro. I could zoom in and I can sharpen it to the point where it don't be fuzzy. I might do that. I could zoom in and make it so that it's not fuzzy. And I can add maybe it's already been done before already. Maybe somebody did it, but I can actually brighten this up and sharpen it to where we can make out outlines and everything so it's not too fuzzy. I could do that. Because I don't think it's been done yet. I don't think nobody did it yet. There's a way to do it. So I might do that. But right now we're just looking at the full video. See, I can't zoom in to tell you when Karmelo came in. But the thing is, we're gonna wait and see the running and see if somebody take something out of the trash. That's what we're waiting on. But yeah, I can make this better. I definitely can. You said rules in track fields, you don't sit under another team's tent, especially when other folks' personal items are there. Yeah, but they said other people out there sat under the tent because everybody didn't have a tent, but everybody knew each other. Some people were familiar with each other. Yeah, I could put it in the software and sharpen it up. I don't think it's been done yet, but you can clean this video up. You definitely can. And also you can make it lighter so you can see more detail. I think that's what I'm gonna do because I don't see anybody that did that yet. But obviously they did that when they were trying to decipher who is who. Both sides, the attorneys, they have that copy, but they ain't let us see that. That's why some people say there's a clearer copy because there's a way to clean this up. That's why. Because people swear up and down there's a clearer copy. Yeah, because you can edit it to be clearer. That's why. But this is the raw video file we're watching right now. Well, not really. It's not the raw video file because the raw video file doesn't have highlights. So let's see if this have highlights. If it don't, it's the raw video. You could clean up the raw video a little bit. It don't take that long. Maybe I should have did that before I went live. But the problem is, though, you know what I really want to see? I want to see the person that was recording it. I want to see what they were saying back and forth. Not that it'll clear Karmelo, because I don't think it'll clear him, because it might not clear him, but it'll give you some context on what they were arguing about. They still should have walked away. It's not negating the fact that he's wrong. He still should have walked away, but that guy has it on recording though. He for sure does. Yep, somebody recorded the whole altercation and we caught it. We see it now. Definitely, but that wasn't in that I heard from my understanding that cell phone video wasn't in court. You said Austin was suspended. I don't think he was in charge of the tent. That was just his school tent, and he's an upperclassman. But I want to know what that guy threw in the garbage. It could have been drugs or something. And then I know somebody said he went back and picked up something in garbage. Yeah, he probably got it back. He probably realized I put too much work in here. He ain't gonna be able to recoup that work. He got to go pick it up, and if he did, he probably left the scene. Because I would have left the scene if I had that much work on me. I'm leaving the scene. You said Austin wasn't even a track athlete. He had no business there. There to support. He's because track and football, we know each other. It's like the support. You might not have an event, but you go support. He could have had a girlfriend there or something. Oh, someone else came and got it out. Thank you, Michelle. You said this track meet really is packed. It ain't even packed. Nate, you being funny. It's not even packed. And it was raining anyway. You said Austin wasn't suspended, shaking my head. Why would I allow? Hold on, let me see. Go back. Yeah, where's your comment? Oh, here it is. Why would I allow strangers to sit under my tent? Well, here's the thing. When I ran track, of course, when we ran up track outside, we all had our own area. But every now and then you'll venture into another area if you know people like that. But I wouldn't stay. But you just talk, share some pleasantries and keep it moving. Look at God. You said, Max, you know damn well those kids ain't hustling that time. Yeah, but you gotta connect to get you the pills. Somebody is the pill man out there. I'm sorry. Somebody is the connect out there. Every town has one. Every town. You know them teenagers, they like to get high. Indulge a little bit. And see, the thing is, I'm sorry my mind went there, because that's the first thing I'm thinking. I know people saying, Max, what's up with the garbage thing? I'm thinking he put some drugs in there. That's my hope. That's my first guess. Because think about it, the block is hot now. Somebody don't got stabbed. Mello running around crazy. You see what I'm saying? The cops on their way. I got all this work on me. Think about it. You in a good area where shit like this don't happen. You know the cops gonna try to search everybody and do the most. And now what if they find the work on you? Now you going to jail. You said people talking about the tent like it's a drug. Hold on a second. Hold on. You said people talking about the tent like it's a drug deal. So I'm talking about you can't be underneath my tent. Yeah, it don't be like that. If you know people, you can be. It's raining. Why not get under? Get under that tent. Ain't nobody else had a tent. Well, two people had a tent. That's what they do. I mean, they don't be like, y'all get the hell away from my tent. They just had a beef going on. Okay. No, I ain't telling no rumors. I'm telling you what happened. They both hot headed and they got to talking and sharing pleasantries with each other, and neither one of them could walk away. That's what happened. And he sat up there and did too much. Uh-oh, here come Christy. Here she come. He sat up there and he didn't want to use his hands, and he sat up there and used a knife. But here's the thing. Here's why it's first degree murder. Because he already had the knife cocked already. Remember he said, come close and see what happened. That's what makes it first degree. Okay? Come close and see what happened. Touch me if you want to. And he already had the knife ready. Because when the twin grabbed him, he stabbed. So he already had it prepared already. So that's what made it. That's why the jury also believed that he was the aggressor. When he said, yeah, come close if you want to, that makes it murder one. They don't even have to entertain self-defense at that point. I don't even think the jury even entertained self-defense because they didn't have to. Because if they believe that he baited the situation, yeah, come close if you want to, they don't have to entertain self-defense. They can go straight to the murder one and decide that. And that's what they did. You said Daniel Petty guilty. He claims self-defense as well. Is it Daniel Petty or Penny? You talking about the one from New York? What case is that? The one in New York where he choked the person out? All right, let me go. Let me just get to the action here. Hold on. Hold on. See right here in the tent, do you see him getting jumped at all? I don't see it. I don't see where he's getting jumped at all. I don't see no activity really. Let's go a little further. Hold on. Let's move all the way. All right, hold on. Okay, yeah, this is when everything got hectic. Hold on a second. Yep. Okay, hold on. Now let's get it. All right, let's get it. Let's see. Let's see if somebody picks something out of the trash. Let's see. All right, so Karmelo leaving. Wait a minute, what happened here? Okay, here we go. On your phones, just zoom in on your phones. Yep, I see it. Yeah, he did take something out the trash. He sure did. And it's the same person. Yeah, I saw it. It's the same person that took something out the trash. For sure. It's the same person. He went right deep in that trash and he took whatever out and he took it out. Hold on a second. Yeah, I saw it. He damn sure did. Let's go back. Now, when you do it, you have to zoom in. Oh, what did I do? I don't know what the hell was in that trash though. All right. Yeah, he threw it away. Carmelo's on the run. They're chasing him to make sure he don't get away. One of them is on the phone with 911 right now. And he's kind of walking, trying to blend in, but they're still chasing him. But they're not chasing him to grab him though. They're just chasing him to make sure he don't get away. Oh damn, what did I do? Am I watching another one? Damn, what the hell did I'm watching another video. Hold on a second, guys. I messed up. Yeah, my screen is cracked. So it's like, damn it. It's like I can see half the screen. That's why I'm tripping. That's why it's tripping the way it is. Hold on, my bad. I'm watching the wrong freaking video. Now I just gotta find the timestamp again. Okay, here we go. Now here at this point, y'all zoom in. Zoom in at this point. Because now it's when he's walking back. You're gonna have to zoom in on the background, then you'll see somebody take something out the trash. Kind of weird. Whatever's in that, probably drugs, man. This is when the coach grabbed him and said, if he died, you threw your life away. It said, if he dies, you threw your life away. That's what he testified to. That's a coach right there. He hugged Carmelo. He said, if something happened to the kid, you just threw your life away. And then Carmelo gets upset, according to the testimony. As of right here, you can see in the background, you're probably going to see it. You got to zoom in. I can't zoom in right now because I'm on my computer and it's messed up. But you can clearly see somebody going in the trash. You could clearly see somebody go in the trash and get something out of the trash, because they really fixated on that trash for some reason. Yep, he went right in that trash and picked it out, whatever it was. And then he just kind of just, yeah, he the plug, yo. He was wearing all black. He was the plug. You see what I'm saying? He was the plug because he just kind of like a derelict, like off to the side while the action is happening. Austin is in distress. He kind of off to the side, worried about that trash. That's probably drugs, man. That's my only guess. That's my best guess. Okay, that's my best guess what he was up to. He trying to get them drugs out the trash. You see what I'm saying? He trying to get the drugs out. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna this is what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna edit the video, and I'm also gonna edit that part with the kid. I'm gonna do I'm gonna do 3 edits. I'm gonna do an edit for the full video and try to clean it up. Because you remember how people say there's a cleaner version? Yes, it's an edited cleaner version. So I'm gonna clean it up. Okay. And then from there, you said story time. Why I gotta be a clown though? Okay. But see, the thing is, I'm being real. It could have been drugs in the trash. He threw listen to me. Listen, let's stay focused. When Carmelo ran off the bleachers, the dude threw something in the trash, and then he came back to where Austin then was. Why didn't he just stay with Austin? What the fuck did he have in his hand that he had thrown in the trash? It could have been a blunt. I don't know what he had, but he threw something in that trash, and then he went back and got it. You said it could have been a sack. No cap. Right. It could have been a sack of pills. You see what I'm saying? He had to work on them. He didn't want to throw all that work away because he's like, damn, shit hit the fan now, but I got to get that work back. You see, and then stand off to the side. You see what I'm saying? That's what he did. That's why I'm not saying he threw a weapon in there. He threw something like, think about it. He's probably thinking, damn, shit hit the fan. Mello made the block hot. The cops gonna come search everybody. Let me throw the work away. And then he thought about it. What if they searched the garbage? And he probably mind racing, got his fingerprints all over the work. Let me go get the work back. You said these kids are high. These kids are athletes with high GPAs. No way, drugs are. Yeah, all right. Then you already know them the ones that use drugs the most. Let me tell you something. These kids, all of them had high IQs, right, and good grades, but no common sense. You got to have common sense too. You said, do I have the evidence pics? I'm gonna have to go back and edit all that. Yeah, I have some of the pics. You said maybe they wanted Mello gone so bad because they were trying to get a quick session going. I don't know. I don't know what they were trying. I don't know what he did, but he was kind of like, I bet you he was the oldest. I bet you he's like 25, yo. Whoever that was. I bet you he's like 25. He wasn't even supposed to be there, but he's the hang around. You see what I'm saying? Everybody got somebody. I don't care how good that neighborhood was. Them kids get high. That's all I can tell you. And not just weed. They use pills, ecstasy, MDNA, all types of stuff. Okay. I was once in college. I know how they get down when you go to their parties. I remember going to a Rutgers party back in the day. Them people were getting high, dude, doing coke and everything. I mean, shit. It's like, you want to do a bump? No, I can't do a bump. I ain't never did coke in my life, ever. That's how much a square I am. Never. Because, yeah. You said that's why Texas banned the vapes completely, because the kids was in the bathroom vaping. And these were seniors, like the twins were seniors at the time. So, but the thing is, they tried to make it about race and they failed because they had all type of people under their tent. Black, white. He walked in there, when he first walked in the set, he had two brothers with him. The twin did. And the other one did too. You know how football players are. They get all type of people they hang with. But you know what I heard though? I heard he was a good linebacker. I heard he was. That he was getting recruited by a lot of Division I schools. I wonder if his brother was any good. Was his brother just as good as he was, or does the surviving twin made it seem like his brother was the best? But he was getting recruited by a lot of D1 schools. You said several kids were telling Melo to leave. He wasn't leaving. It's something the parents are not saying. I believe he had something wrong with his head. Back in the day, we used to say he got some screws loose. But we can't say that no more. We got to be politically correct now. We can't say somebody got screws loose. You said Hunter was good, just not on his brother. Yeah, I heard his brother. I heard his brother was getting recruited by all D1 schools, Joe. This was a huge loss to their family. He could have went pro. They said that's how good he was. You see what I'm saying? And they had some size to him. I'm not gonna lie. You see how big his shoulders are? He had size to him. But at the same time, that don't mean that you're supposed to put a knife in his chest. You're supposed to just take the ass whooping and keep it moving. Now, don't get me wrong now. Nobody wants to sit up there and take an ass whooping. But I did. Well, I didn't take an ass whooping. I didn't learn my lesson. I ain't learned when they was trying to teach me to box. I'm sitting there to get my ass whooped every day until I almost quit. I said, damn, it's like y'all came in here to whoop my ass. Y'all don't like me? They said, what are you talking about? I said, I'm getting my ass whooped every day. Is y'all just y'all just telling me I just want to whoop my ass every day? They said you need to listen. So you won't keep getting your ass whooped. But yo, the day I learned how to block, I was happy, yo. I don't know how I felt. I was like, yo, man, shit. I'm in here now. I ain't got no busted nose, no busted lip. I'm good today. You said what that means prohibited. Mean you ain't supposed to you ain't supposed to bring something in there. The alcohol is prohibited. Knives are prohibited. Weapons are prohibited. You know what that means. You ain't supposed to bring it in this space. It's prohibited. Meaning he wasn't supposed to have no knife there. It's prohibited. If only we had a reset button. You think he was on IEP? What is that? See, back in the day, we didn't say all that. He was on, what is IEP? Because back in the day, you just retarded. And you was in the school and you was in a class in the basement. Okay, that's how we used to do it back in the day. Now, what is that? What is IEP? You said Mello had a surgery. You said Mello had surgery from injury, and they didn't know if he could recover. So he wasn't there to run. You said special education, individualized education plan. That's what they call it now. All right. Back in the day, they put you in the basement. Shit, I know because they had me in the basement for a year because I used to stutter. I'm not. I mean, I'm not. Y'all go ahead and clown. I'm not. I was in the basement. I had a class in the basement because I used to stutter. I had a delay. Yeah, I used to stutter. Yep, I sure did. And they had to put me in a class in the basement until I got right. I'm glad they put me in the class in the basement because they didn't want me to, sit up there and stutter. Because you can learn different things to keep you from stuttering. I mean, I'm being honest. I know people are clown, but I'm being honest. I was in the basement for a couple years. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I didn't have all my classes in the basement, but that's where the specialized learning was. If you have like a delay in your speech, you had to go to the basement. They had classes down in the basement in the trailer. Then I had to go in the trailer too. It is what it is, man. I'm being honest. We ain't have that IEPH or whatever y'all saying. What is saying? Excuse me, individualized. That's what y'all call it. Okay. Yep. I had speech. I had speech class. I was sitting right up in the trailer. That's right. And I felt embarrassed at first. I felt embarrassed. That's right. Until the teacher said, well, do you want to correct this? Or do you want to go the rest of your life reading slow and can't hardly read? Do you want to do that? Or do you want to correct it now? I'm glad she corrected it. Because I'm sitting up there like, what is Ben Darrett 73? That was the junior high or junior varsity meet. Both young men was just helping coaches. And I read with my index finger. All right. I don't read with my index finger. No. You know how you got to read every word with your index finger? You sounding out everything? Yeah, I had to get that fixed. And I stuttered with it. So think about it. Okay. So that's how we used to do it back in the day. If you had to go to the trailer to get right, you had to go to the trailer to get right. And then I wasn't ashamed of it no more because I was on a higher reading level than my classmates because I had to. They had me read newspapers and everything, reading a dictionary, everything. I knew all type of big words. Damn right. But Carmelo had something going on with him. I don't care what y'all got to say. Oh, he got a 3.7. Something was wrong with his mind. Period. Something was wrong with him. Okay? So ain't nobody gonna sit up here and convince me that this kid was rap tight. Something happened to him. They're not telling us, and it should have came out in court because maybe they would have gave him the benefit of the doubt and set up there and gave him manslaughter. They didn't have no expert witnesses or nothing to come on his defense. Nothing. So let me just say this. Okay, Max, no, he didn't have nothing wrong with him. Okay, then he cold-blooded then. That's what you're telling me. He cold-blooded. You say he has epilepsy. I'm talking about, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that he has something else going on. I know what people saying, well, he had epilepsy, he don't want to get hit upside the head. He played football. And he was damn good at it. He was good at it. Good at football. They had 14 exhibits. Listen, they needed expert witnesses. They needed something to convince that jury, like, look, don't give him murder one, give him manslaughter. You know what I'm saying? Because he had something wrong with his head. He wasn't rap tight. Okay. We had a psychiatrist come and evaluate him. And this is his findings. Something. You say he need an attorney. Michelle, we rest our case. You say he probably was a little bit slow. He could have been. That don't mean, see, people say, well, no, Max, he had a 3.7. He still could have been on some type of spectrum or something. They need to come up with something to convince me to give him a lesser charge. I'm sorry. You can't just have nobody. Or they only call 4 witnesses. Come on, man. That's not normal what he did. I tried to tell you guys, an average person will talk his way out of a situation. That's the normal thing to do. You don't just crash out like that. But people do it every day, obviously. And guess what? The jails are filled with people with mental problems. So, anyway, we're not taking up for what he did. I just want to know, was he in his right mind that day? That's all. If he was, he just a cold dude then. So you said I'm a teacher in Texas and they pad those grades. We're not known for academics. See, the thing is that no kid left behind BS. But you know what? Back in the day, it was harsh when I was coming up. Did you know I had a kid in my class that stayed back 3 times? This kid is a senior in high school. This kid, not only did he have a job, not only did he have a car in his sophomore year, he had a full-fledged job. That's how old he was. They used to do that back in the day. That's embarrassing. You stayed back 3 times. Like, you can't be 20 some years old graduating high school, so they just started passing people. I mean, they stuck you in the trailer for the rest of the duration and then pass you that way. Or the basement. It was harsh growing up. You know what else used to happen growing up? Some people didn't have learning disabilities and they faked it so they can get money, so they can get on what do you call it? SSI. There's some people right now on SSI since they were kids and they don't need to be, just so their parents can get a check. It's crazy in the show. And then in the school, they get certain kickbacks that you're there. So they don't mind um misdiagnosing you and have a learning disability. It was crazy how they used to do it back in the day. And schools used to get so much money from the government by having you there. When all you needed was extra help with your grades. That's all you need. Because most people, they just not into school like that. But that don't mean they can't learn. You said killer Karmelo parents are rude, never apologized to the Metcalf family and treated them like shit. They doxed him so he could. You say so he couldn't say anything because they knew his son was a killer. I heard they got doxed too, but here's the thing. They didn't. All right, here's the mistake they made. I'm glad you said that. Jeremiah, I'm glad you said that. So let's go with that. They made a huge mistake in the beginning. You remember when Jeff Metcalf showed up to the press conference? You know what they had the nerve to do? They had the nerve to kick him out. And you know what he said he was there to do? He was there to show solidarity so the family can come together because they both lost their sons. And he was there to show solidarity. And they kicked him out of the press conference. And you know what they tried to say? To this day, they're still trying to justify it. You know what the spokesperson said? Well, he was sitting there with shades on, not talking about it. Yes, he was talking to somebody. I saw it. He was in the background. He was talking to whoever there was with him. He was talking. But they should not have kicked him out of the press conference. You said a friend of Sarah Fields was jumped and kicked by killer Carmelo's support yesterday. What? Who is Sarah Fields? Let us know who that is so we can. What's going on here? It's still. Wait, let me read that again. A friend of Sarah Fields was jumped and kicked by killer Carmelo's supporters yesterday, and she's in the hospital. Let me tell you this. Let me explain something to you. Those people that was out there starting trouble, those are not normal people. Those are paid protesters. They were at the Diddy trial. I'm telling you this. An average person is not going to go out there and start trouble. They're paid to be out there. So that's what's going on. Ain't no regular person going to start trouble. We got too much stuff going on. But I don't know about somebody getting jumped in the hospital. I don't know nothing about it. That might be some local stuff going on we don't know about. But a lot of these people that start in trouble, they just dare to start trouble because they trying to incite something. That's what that is. Who is Sarah Fields? Who is that, Christy? You said you heard that Sarah J. Fields' friend. First of all, who is Sarah Fields, by the way? Yeah, the paid protesters at the Diddy trial. The average person is not going to go somewhere and oh, the district chairwoman. Interesting. So why was her friend jumped? What's going on here in Texas? Okay, thank you. So what's going on with her friend, Christy? Oh, I know who she is now. Now I know who you're talking about. She was the one that covered the trial. Yep, I know who you're talking about. Damn. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking. She was jumped. But let me tell you this: the people that jumped her, they're not regular people. They were paid to do that. No regular person is going to do that. You think I'm gonna leave my house? Oh, let me go find somebody to jump for this. No, no, it's not normal. That's what my point to y'all. It's not normal. These people, there was paid protesters even at the trial. Remember at the trial when the verdict was out? Remember that guy that was screaming in front of the white dude's face? Remember that? He was paid to be out there. That's not a regular person, man. You think I'm gonna go out there and act a fool after a verdict? No, I don't know that family like that. You think I'm gonna be out there with picket signs and this and that? No, no, I got gas to pay. Gas is high out here. I'm worried about making a piece of money. You get what I'm saying now, Christy? Christy, do you think I'm gonna go out there and act a fool at the trial if I went? Yes or no? You said X. You said X, so you must choose YouTube. You said X and TikTok are for lose, so you like YouTube. Let me see. You said I gotta go to work. Right. People gotta go to work. NPCs, man. Ain't nobody gonna sit out here and try to act crazy. I just want to go to the trial so I can cover it, so I can be in there to give y'all details because y'all weren't there. That's the only reason why I wanted to go. I'm not gonna go out there and yell and act a fool. But people were out there doing that. Those people were paid to do that. I'm telling you. So just to let you guys know that's listening, not everybody is like that, man. We worried about fucking gas prices out here. We trying to make a living out here. We're not trying to go out here and start no trouble and get Christy up in the Fields up in the hospital. I don't know her like that. That try to get her in the hospital. I don't want to see nobody in the hospital over this. So that's what I'm saying. Just don't even worry about that. Hopefully she okay though. What's up, Cherise? You getting ready for work? I keep forgetting y'all on the other coast. I'm all up and everybody just waking. But see, that's what I'm talking about, Gotti. I'm there to give you guys details that because you guys weren't there. I'm trying to give you guys some detail. That's why I'm there. I'm not there to be with no picket sign, be up in somebody's face yelling. You said, but Sarah J. Fields wants to move on and cover other cases. Wait, you said Sarah Fields' friend got hurt, or was it Sarah that got hurt? Christy, which one that got hurt? Did Sarah get hurt or her friend got hurt? What's up, E? Yeah, people got their own shit to deal with. We know we're not trying to sit up here and go to jail over this. You said Sarah Fields and her friend work for TP USA. Got to go to the right dealer. Apparently, they went to the right one. You see how he threw the stuff in the trash? Yeah, we just sitting up here kicking it, Gotti. Hold on. Let me see. Christy, which one got hurt? Was it Sarah Fields or her friend? Which one got hurt? I'm on the slow bus this morning. I didn't have my coffee. But trust me, ain't no normal person gonna sit up there and jump somebody. Not over this case. Oh, her friend. Now, was her friend at the trial? Was her friend at the trial, Christy? I'm trying to make out who she is. Just like, for example, you guys remember that incident that happened at the University of Virginia when the people, the person died? They were paid protesters up there. No, her friend wasn't. I don't get it now. Now you saying her friend wasn't jumped? I don't get it. I'm gonna have to look into that. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean this video up in the editor. I'm gonna lighten it up so we can see more details on it and go from there. Because some people saying there's a clearer version. That's why, because that's a clearer edited version. There's a few things you can do because this video could be a little lighter. Oh, her friend was okay. Turning Point USA of America. Oh, she was working for that organization. Okay. Turning Point. Yeah, that's what it is. You said look at evidence 34 and 35. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just don't make sense, man. Like I said, it was paid protest. It was paid protest at the Diddy trial. And you could clearly see them, paid protesters. There were people paid to wear Diddy shirts, free Diddy shirts. They paid them. I think it was like $100. The guy was out there handing out $100 bills just for them to put on free Diddy shirts for a little bit. Yeah, Tyler Robinson, of course, Christy. I hope they televise it because I don't see how he's going to get convicted. Did they say that they said that well, it's a rumor. They said that the ammo from his rifle didn't match the ammo in Charlie. So something ain't right there. But yeah, I want to cover that. You said you'll do it for 100 max for a few hours? Yeah, that's what they did. And they even said it on camera. Did you get paid to do this? They said, yep. Oh, it is going to be on there? Okay, well, we definitely going to cover it then. For sure. And one thing that Tyler didn't do, when he got arrested, he didn't speak to the police. He didn't give no statements. He kept his mouth shut. So yeah, we definitely going to see what happens. Let me see. There's so many trials coming up. So we'll see. That's going to be a high profile trial, Christy. Tyler Robinson is very high profile. And also Luigi Mangione. Oh, somebody said in the comments last night that they didn't read Karmelo his Miranda rights. They don't have to right away. When they put the handcuffs on you and put you in the car, they're detaining you. They don't have to read you your rights right away. So that's to answer somebody's question. They're allowed to hold you to investigate. Once they decide that you're going to get arrested, then they will Mirandarize you, give you your Miranda rights. Don't forget about Pooh Shiesty. I don't know if they're going to televise that one. If they do, I'll follow it. I don't know. We'll see. You said, why delete your post? We are Charlie. You said, we are Charlie Kirk. Be proud. Stand 10. Yeah, stand 10 toes down on it. If you like Charlie Kirk, you like Charlie Kirk. We're not sitting up here bashing you for it. Yeah, if you want to show you, if you want to say rest in peace to Charlie Kirk, do what you got to do. We're not going to sit up here and what do you call it? Knock you for you supporting Charlie Kirk. That's not what we do over here. Oh, I want to do the David trial. Absolutely, Gotti, the David trial for sure. I will drop everything for that one. Did you see how he showed up in court recently? They said he showed up looking crazy, Gotti. His hair was messed up. He was looking crazy. But then he was smiling at everybody, smiling and all that type of stuff. But they said he looking crazy. You said he's been saying stuff about Champing. Who said stuff about Champing out? Do they really think that hurts our feelings? Wait, who is talking about Champing out now? You talking about Chud the Builder? Chud can't get out. We already talked about him already. He can't seem to get out of jail. You know what happened? Chud was about to get out of jail, right? But the judge had a hearing and found more crimes. Oh, Jeremiah person, he talking about Champing out? He just said that in here? Do he need some do he need to be reprimanded or what? Did say he said that? I missed it. What did he say? He said we champion. Oh Lord, hold on. What did he say? Oh, the Mo 3 trial will be big. Let me ask you that about Mo 3. Is that Yellow Beezy? Is he on trial for that? Oh, Clyde, he did say it. Did he delete it? Because I missed it. He said we champing out. That's craziness. Hold up. Let me go back. Hold on. Because he gonna have to get reprimanded for that. Yeah, he has a trial here next month, Cherise. We need to go find this comment. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see. Because we're not even sitting up here. We all having a intelligent conversation, and you want to come up in here and act a fool. So hold on a second. Okay, I saw the Charlie Kirk comment. Hold on. I can't find it. Did he say that? He don't slip one past me then. Yeah, all the witnesses are dead for the pop case, except for Keefe D. Oh, Yellow Beezy. Okay. Are they gonna televise that, you think? Because that's in Texas. You know. So Yellow Beezy is being accused of orchestrating the murder of Mo 3. Here's the thing about that. Mo 3, he has some good music, man. I would listen to his music last night. He has soulful music, but mixed it with modern music. He was the modern day hip hop version of Donny Hathaway. Okay, Raymond, he did. All right. He don't got one. He don't slip one past me. I got caught slipping. Texas don't televise cases. They did with Robert Durst. No, they didn't. I don't remember that. Maybe they don't televise. Okay. Yeah, Mo 3 was he was soulful. He was like Donny Hathaway. He can really sing, man. Like Mo 3 could really sing. That was a bad loss for us. He could really sing. Man, that sucks, man, that he had to die. Bro, we losing everybody, man. We lost Nip. It's ridiculous. But yo, I for me to be my age and have him on repeat, that says something. Oh, let me tell you what I was just listening to last night. I'm gonna tell you, hold on. I had it on repeat. Let me find it. I'll tell you what it's called Broken Hearted. That's what I was listening to. I had Broken Hearted on repeat by Mo 3. It's called Broken Hearted. I had it on repeat. That's how nice he was, yo. Broken Hearted. I had it on repeat. I don't understand why he had to die like that. I don't understand that. Like, damn, bro. Like Yellow Beezy, you're no Mo 3, dude. You're not Mo 3. Mo 3 could have been like fucking he was gonna be real big, yo. I'm just telling y'all this. He was gonna be that big. And they had to take him out like that. See, why can't we be up in arms about that? Because that's what I'm up in arms about. Why would you take somebody like that away from us? That's ridiculous. That's like taking shit. I don't even know, man. That's ridiculous. Chased that man down on the highway and did it. Yeah, Yellow Beezy has the same lawyer as Karmelo. Nor talks. Yeah, he said he had a lot of street cred. No, but the man, he had natural talent, bro. Like all great ones die young. Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, all of them, they all die young. All of them. So this is no different, right? It's just our generation is no different. They drug overdoses back then, but they all died young. You said Yellow Beezy about to get life then. I know, right? He about to get life, bro. I told you that how that lawyer dressed. I told you, let me show you. I told you how the lawyer dressed, man. Where's the picture at? That's how Yellow Beezy lawyer dressed, yo. Just like that. If your lawyer dressed like that, you for sure going to jail. So you might as well just take a deal. Okay? You are going to jail if your lawyer dressed like that. I'm telling you. You could think it's funny, but you going to jail if your lawyer dressed like that. You going in and he ain't do no research. He ain't got no expert witnesses for you. What's his name? Yellow Beezy? Yellow Beezy. And I'm about to do a video on that. Yellow Beezy going to jail. He in trouble. Yellow Beezy. He is in trouble, bro. The death penalty off the table for the Tyler Robinson case. Yeah, Yellow Beezy in trouble, bro. But I tell you who got a good lawyer, and you need to watch that trial, your little Dirt. He got Drew Friendly out of Atlanta. He's one of the best lawyers on the planet. He works miracles. Like he has a proven track record. He ain't no that's what little Dirk. So Lil Dirk has a shot here. Guys, one of the best lawyers was NBA Youngboy lawyer. NBA Youngboy, he came to trial every day dressed in street clothes and still beat that case. You remember that? He beat a Fed case. He walked right out of there. They said not guilty. He walked right out of there and beat him. He beat the Feds. You said Lil Durk cooked too, Max? Damn. That's it. Those old Steve Harvey. Yeah, if he wear the Steve Harvey suits, like no, the Michael Jordan suits, because you know Michael Jordan. Yo, man, let me chill with Michael Jordan. You know Michael Jordan. Yo, Michael crazy. Leave Michael alone. You see how Michael still wear the baggy suits. You know what I'm saying? He be sharp though. Mike be sharp though, for sure. And T Mac, yeah, you know the and Tracy McGrady. He be wearing them suits too. You leave him alone, man. And Vince Carter. Yo, you know what I found out? Steve Harvey afro wasn't real. They said it was a headpiece. Is that true? Yeah, Michael Jordan still wear the big jeans, the mom jeans. He still wear them. But Michael, he could do that. That's Michael Jordan. He could do that. You said, nah, Trump got the best lawyer. You said he got over 1,000 counts and never touched prison. Yo, Trump had a lot of charges, didn't he? How come he ain't he was just sitting there. They said he was sitting in prison. He was sitting on at the Tom Mesereau. They said he was sitting in prison. He not prison. He was sitting in court falling asleep, and the judge had to reprimand him, and he kept doing it. Well, Trump fall asleep anyway. Something up with him, yo. He like 80, right? So he gonna fall asleep anyway. But he fell asleep in court, yo. Okay, and went back and won the presidency again. So I don't know why people complaining because they vote him back in there. So why people complaining, yo? Listen, he got all these charges, right? He got impeached, he caught a case, and still went back to be the president. So leave Don alone, man. And recently, he sat up there and flirt with the president of France's wife right in front of his face, yo. Did y'all see that? So we gotta watch him, yo. Yo, Trump is the content. He's the content. He's sitting up there grabbing a lady's hand, wouldn't even let her hand go. Then Macron had to step in. I'm like, what's wrong with him? And he kissed her on the jaw. Yo, man, Trump, you gotta watch him, yo. And then he had this whole plane built off our tax money. Nobody know how much it costs. And guess what? Only for him to keep it. Because when he leave the presidency, it's going to his library. Oh my God, yo, this dude is off the hook, yo. Qatar made the plane. He got it from Qatar. So he had this elaborate plane built that he's only going to keep. And it's going to go in his library. So we foot the bill for that. And he still got the cranes at the White House. They say it looked trifling up there. And he fucked up the reflecting pool. Yo, this guy is the content, yo. He is. Look, what was wrong with the reflecting pool in the first place? Why did he have to change it? He wanted to make the bottom of it blue. But now it's green. It's like, it's crazy, bro. He's the content, man. And he can't get right with the deal because Israel keep attacking Lebanon. It's a whole mess, yo. It's a complete mess. He said all the presidents are cool with each other. Yeah, because they all in the same fraternity. It's a very unique, small fraternity right now. There's only presidents left. That's what is Clinton, Bush Jr., Biden, and Clinton. It's only 4. And Obama, excuse me. It's a small fraternity. And Trump. But he's the current sitting president, so. But people are complaining. They the one vote him back in. I knew he was going to win again. I knew it. He sat up there and got cased up. And he's sitting up in court falling asleep, yo. That's how good his lawyers were. Yeah, the whole squad off the chain, all of them. But I don't know how he gonna get himself out of this shit because he keeps striking a deal, and Izzy keep attacking. They keep attacking Lebanon, and they talking about they don't need our help no more. Like the hell with it. Like, all right, if y'all don't need our help, then we backing off. That's it. If y'all sit up there and get blown the F up, that ain't my fault. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You rather have Trump over Harris? Harris, she chilling. I don't think she really wanted it anyway, to be honest with you. I don't know who want to be fucking president. I wouldn't want to be president either. You know what I'm saying? Because I show up to the White House with them pants on right here. Y'all be fucked. If I had them pants on, y'all screwed, yo. Y'all think Trump did you over. Y'all be screwed. With them pleated pants right there and them moccasins, yo, yeah. Harris didn't want it. She just wanted to chill, yo. She didn't nobody want that responsibility. I don't even think Vance wanted. He just liked the fact of being a vice president. Ain't nobody wanting that smoke. You see how Trump, he barely can stay awake now. He's so damn stressed. You see Biden looks better. When Biden left office, now he can walk again. All of a sudden he can walk now. It's shit stressful. I know Trump, he's counting the days for him to get himself to get out of there. Ain't nobody want to be president, man. He want to play golf all day. You wouldn't be well either sitting up in that White House. I wouldn't be well either. No, no, no. You should just let him do what he wants. He's 80-year-old. He don't give a damn, yo. Actually, he's not that bad. It's just stress. He sit up there and play golf all day because that's all he want to do. He don't want to sit up there and keep going. Now he got to worry about Israel attacking Lebanon again. You know what I would do? I would have a meet when everybody said, listen, we got Israel on the phone. We have Iran on the phone. We got Lebanon on the phone. Y'all just have at it. It's like, what do you mean, Mr. President? I'm out of this. I'm out of this now. Okay? Since y'all want to sit up there and y'all want to keep beefing, go ahead and have at it, man. If y'all want to blow each other up, go ahead. That's it. You must have our back. I'm not having your back. We're not having your back no more. Okay? You're on your own. That's it. That's how you got to do it. You said Tyler Robinson case has a hearing today. Oh, yeah, I got to check it out. Yeah, he got 2 baby mothers in one room. Trump off the hook, yo. He had, let me see, how many baby mothers he got? He got 3. No, he got Ivana, Marla Maples, and Melania. He got 3 baby mothers. Ivana was the OG. She was the one he respected. She's and he liked Melania too, but I'm talking she's the OG though. And he buried her on the property, so he ain't got to pay no taxes on that property. He buried it. I believe he buried on one of the properties that he owns, so he don't have to pay taxes on it. That's probably what they're gonna do with him too. Just bury him in Mar-a-Lago. You know, his family had to never pay taxes on it. And then it'll become a historical place because a U.S. president is buried there. Yeah, leave the Middle East to themselves, man. Y'all have at it, man. Y'all grown. We stand at y'all business at this point. You know what they're gonna say? No, you cannot do this. Yes, I can. Because y'all both tripping. Y'all don't want no peace. Okay? So go ahead, and that's actually, if he did that, Iran wouldn't be tripping on us if he did that. All presidents said no to them when they came in the White House except for him. In fact, they asked George Bush Sr. so much he put sanctions on them. Go look. He put sanctions on them because they kept asking him. And then they backed off of him. And then they tried with Clinton. He said no. Then they tried with Bush Jr. He said no. Obama said no. And here come Trump. He the only one took him up on it. I don't think his grave is going to be unmarked though, because he's a U.S. president. His wife's is unmarked, but they don't have to pay property on it, property tax. But he could be buried either in New Jersey on his golf course or Mar-a-Lago. Any way you look at it, it become a historical place. Because in Richmond, where I used to live in Richmond, Virginia, at the cemetery, it's a famous cemetery there. There's 2 U.S. presidents buried in there, just in that one cemetery. So you can see the flags. You know exactly which one of the presidents because they got U.S. flags all around them. So they, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll probably be buried in Florida, Mar-a-Lago, because that's where he loves, and in the golf course. But he's pretty historical, though. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, he is. But he has 3 lives to him. How I can explain it? People, you know, he's the most mentioned person in hip hop. Did y'all know that? He's the most mentioned person in hip hop. Did you guys know back in the 80s he used to hang with Alpo and them? Y'all didn't know that, did you? In Harlem. And I know you guys like, really? Yeah. It was this famous club called the Rooftop. He used to go to that. He went to that a few times. And I know people like, really? Why would he go? Because he used to be outside like that. It was very unusual, though, for somebody like him to be hanging out like that. It's very unusual. But he used to do it. And see, the thing was, he was very known in the boxing world because of he had you know, the Trump Plaza. He had the Trump Hotel, the Trump Plaza Hotel in Atlantic City. So he was very famous back then. A lot of people liked him. And then his second life, he became really a celebrity through The Apprentice. And then after that, once he became president, then people, you know, things changed. He's older now. He's not like he was when he was younger. So he got 3 lives going on. Now he's the president, and that's how it is. But he does like fighting. That's why he had the cage match, you know, the UFC at the White House. He's a fan of boxing and fighting. He loves it. And he also pardoned Jack Johnson. I don't know if y'all know that. He pardoned him. And we knew that he was going to pardon him because he's a huge boxing fan. So he said he was going to do it. Because Jack Johnson was convicted on the Mann Act, which was bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So he should have been pardoned a long time ago. But yeah, he had that whole UFC thing for his birth. I'm like, let him have it at this point. Well, the reason why he pardoned Lil Wayne and Kodak Black, because his grandkids, they asked him because they listened to him. So then he knew who Lil Wayne was back anyway, but that's why he pardoned him. You know how the people are. You got connections, they give you a pardon. That's how it was. It was just the connections. But that's it for him. I mean, you know, at this point, he just trying to finish out, and that's it. He can go back to playing golf. That's pretty much it. 80 years old. At that point, fuck it. Like, what are you gonna tell him at this point? Because we're leaving him to his own devices. He don't get no sleep. So he falling asleep all over the place. He don't even care anymore. They were like, sir, you fell asleep. So what? Yeah, I'm just resting my eyes. But that's Trump for you, man. But I'm gonna get out of here. I'm going to come back with the edited videos. I promise you, I'm going to edit those videos so we can take a look. I don't know if we're going to see much more, but at least we'll make out if they were jumping him or not. But some people are going to still say, no, there's another video. So, but if I lighten it up, we'll be able to see more of it. You say he only sleeps like 3 hours. Older people do that. They don't sleep much. Yeah, he was in the Democratic Party, and he also donated to Clinton and them. But see, what happened was they said he switched up on everybody. That's why everybody got a problem with him, because he switched up. So, and then he came up with this MAGA shit so he can use their hate against them. That's why he won. He don't care about that MAGA stuff. He don't even wear the hat no more because he don't need it. He already, used their vote. So his politics need to be studied. They need to study exactly how he did this. So maybe they can learn from it. But you got to start. You got to really start politicking now. For whoever wants to be the president next, they got to start politicking now. You see Newsom is starting to do it. The governor of California, he's starting to put his name out there. Cory Booker is starting to become more vocal. So you're going to start to see people they start politicking right now, getting on the ground. I don't know who's going to win, but we'll see. But y'all have a good one, and I will talk to you guys soon. All right, y'all.